this year's Teacher of the Year is not only young, but also passionate about her profession.
KwaZulu-Natal's Gugu Precious was named National Best Teacher.
I work with Mr. Arnold Zulman, founder of Beacon Sweets.
When I was younger, I used to teach the trees at home, and because at that time it was the times of corporate punishment, I used to beat those trees and the leaves would fall off.
My starters, I'm privileged today to have a special guest. She won the 2023 National Best Teacher. So the whole of South Africa, we're not just talking KZN, which was the first leg, but now we're talking the whole of SA. She is recognized by the Department of Basic Education as the best teacher. Her name is Gugu Precious Tembe. We can't forget the Tembe. How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, how are you,
I'm good.
Mr. Les?
I usually have long discussions whereby we can get the context of how you started your journey, not only focusing on the destination, but because of time, you are in demand. Every TV station wants you, every radio station wants you, so hence I said it's a privilege. How do you feel having received this award?
Oh, the feeling is, I just don't think I have the right words. I don't. I think my sleepless night is a sign of how excited I am, because I couldn't sleep at all. I just kept on hearing that voice, a resounding voice, Mrs. Gugu Tembe Qwabe, National Best. I am a Tembe, by the way, 𝐿𝐿 Tembe Qwabe, but the fact that they called my name as Mrs. Gugu Tembe Qwabe, National Best Teacher, for me, that is surreal.
It's surreal. So you were jubilant, you were elated, you're beyond joyful.
Yeah, no, beyond joyful. Like I said, I had no sleep at all. That's a sign of how excited I am and how much it means to me. It's one of you, like I've never felt more appreciated in the whole entire teaching career that I've pursued, and it's been 15 years. I've never ever been appreciated this much. In fact, some of the things that I was awarded for were only recognized nationally, not even my school. So this for me is I really don't have words to describe the feeling, because so many people, we give up down there in the trenches, we never seen, and for me this was absolutely God-given. I'm very much humbled. I'm out of words.
You are out of words, and it's totally understandable because it stems from a certain passion that you might have. So tell us a bit in terms of how you got into teaching and what teaching has done for you holistically as a person.
I keep on repeating the story of my mom not wanting a teacher in our house, because she was a teacher that struggled through so many things. I mean, things that I cannot count. But for people who are, should I say, innovative, yeah, I'll use that term, they usually get opposition. When you stick out, when you do something different, you get so much opposition. So my mom also faced a lot of opposition because she's got that innovation, the energy, the love for the job. And you struggle when you see wrong things being done in the field. You struggle when you see learners turning out to be nobodies. So it's such things that discourages people who are really passionate. So for me, I came out of pure love. This is the best career, guys. I know it's usually one of those that is talked about everywhere, but you who are talking about teachers in different platforms, you are our product. The fact that you can type that joke, whatever you say, the doctors, I've got my learners, some in UCT, some in VET, and I'm so proud. So this is for me, when you ask me about learners, that's where I will tear up, because that's the passion. I love them. They're my friends. I see them. I see each and every learner I encounter in the corridors. I make sure that even if I don't say anything to them, but when they see my face radiating with a smile, even though sometimes I might not be feeling good, because as I said, there's so many challenges in the field. But for me, they are my fuel, the learners. I love them so much. And shout out to all of my 2023 matriculants, my current matriculants, the 2022 matriculants also. I was their grade head, and I love you guys. May you just keep on rising. Your success will be my end goal and my blessing.
Wow. Wow, no, that's totally amazing. So to be recognized as this national champion for teachers, because that's what you are, a champion. You're now wearing this crown whereby wherever you go, people will see you radiating just like your students see you in the passage. For the teacher of 2024 who's going to now be handed over the crown from you as a successor, what advice do you have, particularly as they apply, or what is the procedure for actually being recognized for such an accolade?
For me, I don't even know where I heard this one from, but it must have been a reality show somewhere. When I had one of a coach who said, if you speak from the heart, then you capture the people's hearts. So it was the first time I answered this, so I didn't enter it already with things to show. I just went with what I naturally had. So it was not cooked. It was not made up. So for me, enter this because you know that it's everything to you. Teaching is everything to you. And I want to also say there are teachers who are doing things which they are sometimes told that perhaps it's useless. Why do that? Why give yourself a bigger job? Of course, education is now jam-packed with the curriculum. So I know the extra mile can be undermined or overlooked or not recognized. I want to say to you, come. This is where you'll actually realize that we need your individuality, and what you are doing that is totally different in the field is what is needed here. So I want to encourage those genuine people to come in, and the national adjudication is the best experience you'll ever go through. I've never felt more appreciated in an adjudication process.
Just the process, pre-judging, just the adjudication process, you've already felt.
Come experience it for yourself. While I was, because it's an interview,
Yes.
it's just that they allow you to speak on because you already have the questions.
Yes.
So as I was addressing the different questions, the oohs, the ahs, they were sometimes convening while I was talking, but because I was pressed for time, I continued. So I just want to say, come experience this. Come be encouraged, because there's so much discouragement. There's so much undermining in this industry. Come. My teachers, those who are different, come people. We've got a platform. We've got people appreciating us. And the country is waiting for your leadership, because then you will have an opportunity to impact many other people.
Wow, that is amazing advice, and I think my starters would appreciate it completely. I can't let you go without discussing your book. You're not just a reader, you're not just someone who's eloquent in speech, but you're also an author who has a certain message to share. Who was the book titled for or dedicated to? What is it about? And what hopes do you have for it to reach far and wide?
The only reason actually why I entered was to speak directly to the policymakers about creating a curriculum that first is created from Ubuntu values, Boto. It's an African principle. So I wanted to challenge the Department of Education to now get this into our system. We've been adapting a lot of I should say, in a better term, international curriculums for our country. But we have a wonderful principle, because our learners are struggling with being centered around values. So therefore, we're facing ill discipline, we're facing unsafe schools, and even learners are not motivated, and we underperformance as a country. So from our Ubuntu principles, we have so much. We have courage, learned from our heroes like Usha Shaka Zulu, which is who's mentioned in the book also. Our heroes like Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi is mentioned in the book also. The late Dr. Nelson Mandela mentioned in the book also. So I am using the values that we've seen in our former leaders, or even current leaders, and I've written about that, and I'm teaching the new generation the positives that they can take from that, and the general Ubuntu values which are from our indigenous communities and now deteriorating, because we hear values, but we have just this single principle which is a umbrella for so many good values which are actually relevant for the corporate sector, because when you are called for a meeting, let's say in a rural community where it's run by a chief or induna, you must be punctual. So I address issues of punctuality, I address issues of respect, which was displayed by Dr. Nelson Mandela and Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi when Mr. Arnold Zulman had called them for a meeting before the 1994 elections, because he wanted to make sure that there was peace, a peaceful election. So Mr. Arnold Zulman is the sponsor of my book. So he has narrated the stories to me, stories that have not been portrayed in the media. But he told me that the actual facts, these people were actually so respectful towards one another, no matter the conflict that was going on. And it was amazing to him that even the black nation was fighting and the blacks were killing each other because of these political parties. But he said to me, when I sat with these leaders, they showed consistent values of respect, of humility, no matter where they were coming from. So I am narrating these stories, and I'm teaching our learners that, look, we can have values as a black society or as a South African society, because now it's not an issue of race, it's an issue of coming together and creating a better society. So if our learners can be better people internally, they can be better learners now, better workers in the future. And it's not just only that. My book touches on psychology also. I have things on neuroplasticity. As you know, I've read a lot about Dr. Caroline Leaf, Dr. Carol Dweck, where they talk about the mental health and how to improve who you are mentally. So I teach learners about mental health, the fact that you have power to direct your thoughts and therefore direct your physical health, because if you are in control of your brain, then you can control your body. So the book touches on a lot of things, having your own mission statement now, and even creating it as a future employee. There's a chapter that deals with work and the whole industry. So that's what I want my learners to come out as, holistically developed individuals. The book is called Holistic Ubuntu Development, using that to think, learn, and succeed.
Wow.
So that is that.
No, that is amazing. So what's next for Gugu Precious Tembe?
I am speaking to some people who want to work with me for some programs in the department. So it's a journey that I'm also now excited about. But more so, I am doing my MBA. I have already obtained 145 credits out of the 200. I'm submitting my last chapters of the dissertation, so I'm just basically finishing.
Wow.
And for me, that is to be a better manager in the Department of Education. I want better schools. I'm not planning on leaving. I love education, but I'm planning on working part-time with different areas of government and influencing policy, and just continuing being a good teacher directly to my learners, while I also influence the bigger picture, the policies.
Wow, you're absolutely amazing, Gugu. I'd like to gift you with this book by Simon Sinek. Start with why. You've already found your why, but I think it would be a tool that reignites, reinforces, and drives you forward. So I hope you're going to enjoy it as much as I enjoyed it.
Oh,
and
my
thank you so much for being on It Starts With You Network with Les. We appreciate you. We see the great work you're doing, and we're looking forward to so much more that we'll see in the future.
Thank you so much, Les. Thank you so much. What a wonderful gift. You know, I love books. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I teach learners how to be better people, not just in South Africa, but globally. And that is what I do differently.